On that counter. There it is. All right.
Yeah.
The stream is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. This is the ninth day of uh, the Orcas coming together, highlighting the various authors of the Born to Rich series. Thank y'all for tuning in again. And what we're going to do tonight, we're going to kind of do a review. Since we started this, like impromptu on the spot last week, let's go live. That's all T.O. said.
Yeah, man.
And things just start falling into place after then. So uh, we're gonna start back with the first episode, just like we, in that order, with our brother Stephen T. Millen. Coach
Yeah.
T.O., I like to throw it to you and then bounce it over to Robbie. Tell me, what was your biggest takeaway from our episode with Stephen Miller?
Man, peace, everybody. Peace. Good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from, wherever you are, wherever you're listening, wherever you catch the replay, man, we hope you're blessed. We always enter in with peace. We love to leave with peace. And, I was talking to my mom today, man, about Steve Miller. And my mom was like, that's Joanne's son, ain't it? That's Joanne's son. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, that's Mrs. Joanne's son, and we're going to do some positive things, mom. And I said, we care about our community. We care about stepping up to that plate and saying, hey, man, there's things that we could do together, and it won't be easy. We know it's not going to be easy. And through that learned partnership, man, Steve being an Army soldier, myself being a Marine, we know what it takes, man, to get that laser focus and push forward. And we also know we can't do it by ourselves, man. There's just certain things that he has vision for, I have vision for, that as we look back, man, over our lives, man, we both, have stories to share. Robbie, Stu, and I'm just excited to see him doing what he's doing, bro.
Man.
It's so powerful, bro. I mean, and when we talk about manifesting, we talk about implementing, we talk about my word is my bond, regardless to whom or what. I can honestly say, gentlemen, Steve did that, bro. We had Dr. Reed on with us last night, Big Mo, and when he
Shout out to
came,
Dr. Reed and Big Mo.
absolutely, as we was building
Amazing.
on last night, I just remember what he said to me. He's like, man, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right here, and I see you brothers are doing it, and I'm in. Count me in, put me on the court, coach, type thing.
Mm.
So same thing at Borders retirement, man. When you and I talk, Stu, you know, uh, same thing, bro. It's just like when individuals that are about that life, implementing, doing what they say they're going to do, at least making the attempt.
Yeah.
We all fall short, but I knew standing in Fredericksburg, Virginia, that man, hey, Stu said he ready to go, and man, we going, and just what you brought. So it's no coincidence, two Steves. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
One,
man.
it's just all we keep seeing this alignment over and over and over. So my
Yeah.
biggest takeaway from him, man, was just him living in the purpose of his vision and what he
Yeah.
started, man. The scene, the W23. Uh, he hit me the other night. There's a gentleman, something Williams. He's an author. He writes books. Big time author. Seen one of his shirts that says "Everybody can't go," and
Mm.
soon as he seen it, he was like, "Yo, I want to order 100 of these. I need
Dang.
these." And Steve texted me and was like, "Bro, it's real." And just like when we were sitting in Philadelphia with the Guinness Book of World Records, him and I took some time to find a little cubby hole to ourselves, and it was
Yeah.
just that home moment. You know what I mean? And I told Steve, I said, bro, you're putting out God's word. You're just putting it in the form of where we can see it. And that's it. So It don't matter if you're white, you're black, you're purple. If you say you love the Lord, you want to rock that representation. It ain't
Yes.
whack. It's not corny. It's not lame.
Yeah.
Everybody really can go. And that's wherever you're trying to go. It might not be
Mm.
business. It might be everybody can go to college with me. Why? Because I studied my butt off and I got the scholarship and I'm supposed to be
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
Everybody
Man.
can't go with me to the YMCA today because I just need to sit in the sauna and just get my thoughts together. So,
Mm.
man, fellas, I just love seeing that creativity aspect of it. That's what Steve brought to the table. That was my biggest takeaway of just seeing him in action, implementing.
Yeah. So, as soon as you said everybody can go, think about Benny the Butcher.
Oh man,
Mm.
shout out to Benny the Butcher, dog.
Benny the
Mm.
Butcher is one of the coolest MCs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
his lyrical talent is elite.
it is,
Man.
bro.
And then
He was
and
cold with that joint with Cole that he made. That joint with
Yeah,
J.
yeah,
Cole. What was it? Him and Cole was on it. I forgot the name
uh,
of it, man.
yeah, he's got so many features, and tying this into Stephen Miller saying everybody can't go.
everybody can't go.
That's that's what a common theme I hear with Benny the Butcher, and he's saying I'm trying to take some people with me, and then it took me a while to realize everybody ain't ready for this ride.
That's a fact.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that merch, that scene merch, and I think I mentioned it during the episode, it it forces a question. Scene and then what?
hmm
And it has a
Heard.
subtle, deeper meaning just with the word scene, because now people are curious as to what those letters represent. It's a great conversation starter. And then it's it's not over the top Jesus, 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 come to
right,
church,
right.
but it's still that deeper meaning of his desire to do work in the name of what he believes in.
That's the key, Stu. It's so authentic to how his relationship is with the Lord, and that connection is there, man. Because we could just like with Benny the Butcher, man. We could say everybody can go. It's places I can't go.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go
Yeah,
back to the trap and end up getting high again. I can't do it, bro.
yeah,
So it's the meaning that is extracted from it for each individual. But
yeah,
it's positive. It ain't ratchet. I'm gonna shoot you tomorrow.
Yeah.
That like you talked about yesterday, the what we consume, man, what we're downloading in our mindset, gentlemen, is so
yeah.
important. And for the
Yeah.
child who sees it,
That's
for
right.
the
Oh
child,
man.
mama, we can't go get no ice cream. Your shirt say we can't go get no ice cream.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, how it's interpreted. You know what I mean? It's dope.
yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Robbie. What was your
Nah,
biggest takeaway from False Paradise with
it's
Stephen
just
Miller?
amazing the fact that we have this fellowship and this brotherhood that we can be vulnerable enough as men to just have these deep conversations with other men, because that's the purpose of the Orcas. We're trying to build up other men, trying to build up society, other women, trying to not just leech off somebody's success, but take their success to the next level, whether we get credit or not.
Yeah,
And I've been watching Stephen move, man. I've been watching Miller just move in not just his authorship and him writing, but watching his merch and stuff as well. And
Yeah.
one of the biggest things from his chapter and just the way he moves, not just what he wrote down, but what he's actually living out in life. He's just told me
Indeed.
that there's really no quick fixes, man, in life. He
Right.
has some disciplines that he's used to reshape his self-worth when he
Yeah,
thought that
man.
he couldn't do it. And
yeah,
he's mastered his mind before he tried to master his life. He got it up here
Yeah.
first. And that's one of the biggest things. You have to master your mind before you master this part, because your quality of life depends deeply on how connected you are to your thoughts. How
yeah,
you are, how you think, it dictates how you move. How you
Right.
move dictates how the world responds to you. How the world
Mhm.
responds to you shapes your circumstances, which shapes your quality of life. So we really
Indeed.
have to be very very, very careful about how we move, what we represent, and you know, how we present ourselves to the world without thinking. And I think that's the biggest thing I took away from Stephen, because he didn't just jump on the authorship and just jump. You know, he had his military career and he slowly moved and he built this. People see the tip of the iceberg. They don't see all that gigantic depth of things beneath, all the struggles, the late nights, the hard works, the crying in the shower because you had to take your kids to school and you didn't want them to see you on the way, because life gets hard. And but you know, it ain't about how hard it gets. It's about, you know, how many tools and how much value you poured into yourself to help you negotiate those obstacles that life throws at you. And that's, you see Stephen Miller doing that every day.
Yeah.
In the physical form.
Yeah. Yeah, very well said. It makes me think about the gear and what you represent sometimes. So my grandson he's Spider-Man everything, right? And then, you know, he's wearing the Spider-Man stuff and he's shooting webs.
Yeah.
Right? He wants to flip and jump off the couch because he's embodying the things that he's soaking in. He's watching it, then he mimics it, and then he, you know what I mean? And a few years ago, I saw a lady in the store, and she was getting after this kid bad. He had on like a Hulk t-shirt, or no, it was a monster. You know, the monster from Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
It was one of them. It was either a monster from Monsters Inc. or, you know, the blue thing from Lilo and Stitch. The kid was acting just like what was on the shirt.
Man,
that's what we know, gentlemen. And many of our brothers and sisters out there is eat up.
Eat it. Explain, demonstrate, imitate, practice.
That's it, bro.
Eat it. Explain, and that's how I teach drill too. I teach and coach in that way. I explain it, and you have to demonstrate it by your own example in times when nobody's looking, because you don't know who's watching. That's the beauty of being pure and authentic about yourself. The beauty of it is you ain't faking it. When you wake up in the morning, you're the same person. You know what I mean? So I don't worry about if somebody sees me doing something and questions what I'm doing, because I already know I'm moving righteous. Now I might have to explain it sometimes, you know, just to get perspective and understanding. But the bottom line is I have no shame, no guilt, no fear, because I'm moving righteous, right and exact all the time.
Yeah. And I think that that's in alignment with my takeaway from Stephen T. Miller. You know, last night we talked about everybody hits that stop moment.
Yes, sir.
Right. And every example we're going to talk about in the recap is each one of these individuals faced a stop moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stephen Miller's stop moment was him openly talking about using marijuana while he was on active duty and getting caught. Major stop. Now he's got to pivot. You know, you're going to go left, you're going to go right, you're going to try to back up. But he did none. I mean, you know, he owned it, and then he didn't allow that to define him and hinder anything he's doing from that stop moment to what he's doing now and where he's going is really, really impressive.
Yeah. And think about it too, gentlemen. Like once you hit that stop, bro, it's just the most simple analogies that we use all the time, gentlemen. It's going to turn green. You hit the stop moment, bro. It's going to turn green. We usually get bugged out if we sitting there and we in a rush. We late. We didn't prepare. We didn't do eat up in our own mind. You know, explain to ourselves where we got to be. Demonstrate by ironing your pants and your shirt the night before. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. Come on, man. You already know.
We got to go to JV, don't we?
Yep. Let's go to JV.
JV was next in the shoot. He was the second.
Yeah, I can start JV off, man.
Yeah,
man. JV is my brother.
Shout out to JV, man. Shout out to JV.
We talked about the book. Y'all can hit the recap. I want to just talk about a life lesson that I learned from JV and a snippet, a picture of it. Everybody got to see in the video.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we saw Lou Alicio, and I held this picture up. What most people don't know is John Vier is the other hat in this photo.
Yeah.
Right here.
Right
Yes,
behind the
sir.
guidon.
And this is not about Paris Island, so you ain't got to scroll or click off. This is about John Vier Evans.
Yes, sir.
And what you saw him doing is he was here for his brothers because we asked him to come on and talk to us and tell his story. But what did he have on his chest?
Yeah, this baby girl.
He had his baby girl on his chest. And that's what I mean about being vulnerable. Eva, come on,
Grace, man. Shout out to Eva Grace.
Shout out to Eva Grace, man. This is what he taught me in that moment, seeing Eva Grace laid on her father's chest. Protect your time, man. Protect your time. Because time is more valuable than money, because the money and all that stuff can return. All the assets and the things and the material things can return. But JV could have had it. I mean, he could have put her in the crib. He could have said, hey, I got an hour. It's only an hour. He spends every moment he can with that beautiful baby girl, man.
That's a fact.
And what he does not do is make excuses for it. He's a father through and through. He's a stand-up guy, and he's loyal. And those lessons, we talk about this, we laugh about it. You see people and they think they got loyalty, but come on, show me one other podcast besides the other host that's been locked up in jail that you got 3 hosts on here that go back over 2 decades, 2.5 decades. All the people we brought on go back decades. People don't have friends like that, and that's what makes this unique. And that loyalty is the number one reason why the loyalty is reciprocated to JV, because he's never not been there for me if I needed it. And that's why the shirt will come off. It don't have nothing to do with the sweat, blood, and tears that we bled on Paris Island. It had something to do with the fact that was a young man that I had the opportunity to mentor as a senior drill instructor. And it built a lifelong bond that lasted decades. Now, if you went down there and I slid him a canteen out the door, probably not such. And people can say they don't care about that until they're 50 years old and they're alone.
Oh yeah,
they can say they're taking care of everybody else, and ain't nobody there for them. They ask themselves, "Who's there for me? Who can I talk to? Who can I ask?" Well, I ain't got no problems. Yeah, you do, dude. Yeah, you do, dog. You got all kinds of stuff going on, and you don't have anybody around you because you're not reciprocated respect, loyalty, and love to your fellow men and women, and that's why you're lonely. So if you have that issue, JV's a great example of how to protect your time through loyalty. Because now when he needs people at his darkest moments, sometimes he doesn't have to do anything but just speak.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even have to do that because the connection's so tight, we just call each other.
Yep. And speaking of that, man, I learned a lot about JV's story, not just from the chapter in the book, but from the things he disclosed about himself while we were talking to him. I didn't know he never met his father because his father drowned trying to get to the United States from Haiti. I didn't know that.
Ooh, man, wow. Yes, sir.
I didn't know you were there in the barracks room, T.O., in Iwakuni, opening line of his chapter when he received the phone call. There I was, alone in my barracks room. He didn't say T.O. Clay was there with me in the book.
Right.
But he said it openly when we went on, man. So what was your biggest takeaway, T.O.?
Thanks, Stu. And let me throw this back up there, man. That right there. Dog, like standing there with him. That picture's from my phone. You know what I mean? It was on the Beaufort Air Station. Kizzy and I got up that morning, drove down. We talked about JV pretty much the whole way down there. When we were in Quantico together, a lot of people don't know this, but he told me about his son Dorian sleeping in the back of the car when he was going to PT in the morning. And I was like, bro, dog, man, you need to talk to Kizzy, bro. Kizzy will look after him, bro. If I'm still at the house, if I don't have PT, man, bring him to our house. Because JV literally lived down the street from us on Route 1.
Yeah.
He had to pass us to get to Quantico on Route 1. So, man, she started watching him, man. And, man, just for her, you know what I mean, it meant a lot. Kizzy's a Marine, bro. She's like, I'd rather my brother bring that baby over here than him out
Yep.
here struggling or got him laying in the back of the car. That's that
Yep.
same brotherhood that Robbie's talking about, that we've been talking about the last 8 nights, man. Man, JV, man, bro. I'll say this, man, that man, Ross called me. Big boss Ross. Shout out to Ross.
Shout out to Ross.
Yeah, man. He called and said, Clay, man, I'm flying to Atlanta. I'll let you know, blah blah. He flies in, gentlemen. He gets a rental car. And once he got to the rental car, he said, hey, meet me down at, the children's hospital, bro. Like in the next hour. I said, what's going on? He said, man, I want to see Janvier. I want to see Janvier, man. And Ross's oldest kids were living here in Atlanta at the time, and he was like, man, I got to see Janvier. And that's when he was at the hospital with Eva Grace and his wife. Shout out to Maggie. And I said, yo, I'm on my way, bro. I tell Kizzy, hey, I'm about to meet Ross down here at the hospital. We're going to see JV. Man. On the way, he calls me, and Ross says, hey, he doesn't know we coming, dog. So don't tell him we coming. I don't want him to know that we coming. I was like, all right, bet, dog. We pull up. It's probably 8:39 at night, raining outside, cold. Man, when we walk in the front doors, I remember it's right before Christmas tree lit up in there in the foyer. So we sitting there chilling. And he calls JV. JV answers, man, what's going on, Ross? He's like, man, what's up, man? Where are you? He's like, man, I text you and told you I'm bringing some food back for the wife. He's like, oh, okay, man. I was just checking on you. I love you, bro. I'm coming out to Atlanta in the next week or two. I'm going to try to get with you. JV says, all right. Dog, we sitting there, man. About 20 minutes go by. Man, JV walked through them sliding glass doors, bro, in that building. When we stood up, dog, when we walked up and when we hugged JV, bro, his body went limp, bro. I'll never forget it. Rest of my life, his body went limp. He's just like, man, it's just that moment, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we stayed with him for a few hours and just poured on him and loved on him. That Haitian connection with them, man. Even man, it's just beautiful, man. So
we need some fantastic oxtails.
Yeah, bro. Anytime in the presence of Evans Jambier, bro, you in good hands. So him coming through, man, nothing amazes me, man. He's him and Ross, man, two of the best fathers I ever met in my life.
That's why I brought it up about the oxtail, because that's what I was eating with John Deere and Ross. We was outside Paris Island at a little I don't know if it was a Jamaican or Haitian spot, but whatever the spot was, the food was phenomenal, man. It was and a gunny and his wife ran it, man, that worked over on the air station. So it was a great place. Man, I wish I knew his name. I'd give his spot a shout out.
No doubt, man. Absolutely.
Man, that is again when we talk about reflection about how we treated people that we were in charge of, you don't want to be the guy that slid the canteen.
Nope, or the sergeant major that thought she was good.
Door. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about, man. And people can be in denial all you want to, but there's people who will see this that are lonely as hell and they ain't saying nothing because the ego and the shame of it. But I'm telling you, the way you treat people is gonna come back to you, man. That really is karma, and I have lived by that. That's why I'm so proud that I had the father that I had, man. His nickname was Brother, man. His nickname was Brother, bro. My father would give his shirt. He was a real stern dude to stand up too, and he worked his tail off to the end, man. And
Rob, what is your biological father's nationality, bro?
He's black.
And what is Robbie ain't playing. Ooh, JJ Ragland.
Nah, man. I'm so proud of my parents, man. I'm proud of my parents, man. There they are right there.
Yeah,
bro. I think that's so important. And man, we can go the rest of the night building on that.
Oh yeah.
We have the other authors obviously but I have to say, Robbie, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know who you really are, bro. And that's okay. Because anybody that spends 2 to 3 minutes within your presence, bro, they already know. There's like something different about this cat, something special about this man. And I love it the same way when Mo took his glasses off and that real reveal. Like you could see the wreck in his face.
Yep.
Yes.
When you hold that picture up of your parents, bro, I see you. You know what I mean? I see your sister.
Yeah,
Your sister
man.
look just like you, bro. You and your sister look like
Shout out to
twins.
Sarah.
Yeah, man.
That's my
Shout out
sister,
to Sarah.
man.
Yeah.
Man,
that's
I'm proud
beautiful.
of my family, man. Proud of my mother, proud of my father, man. But the reason I bring up Pops, not to prove I'm black, but I brought him up because he taught me things. He was a stand-up dude, and it's important to understand that a black man raised me. And people can think what they want to. Well, are we sure? Yeah, I'm sure. DNA's done. Everything's done. It wasn't because we needed it. It's because I'm researched myself. When you talk about knowledge yourself, you can't talk to another person that has more. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell me. You know why? You know why they can't? People really can't. Not just about this, but about almost any subject. Because I don't open my mouth unless I know it. I'm learning from you unless I'm already giving you something. So the exchange is already. So if anybody's having a conversation with me, I'm either teaching or learning. You know what I mean? That's always happening. And the exchange is there. And my father taught me that, man. And a lot of people look at me too and say, "Oh, what's going on here?" You know, that there's some people do stand up with it, but I don't really care because I know who I am. You know what I mean? There's no people look at me as if I'm confused. They're confused. You know what I mean? They're confused. I know every inch of my soul and what I'm doing. So my father and my mother too. My mother had the kindest heart you would ever think in the world, man. She was the best. Her name was Judy. But I lost them both. I lost my father when I was older, but my mother got murdered when I was 12, man. And that shook up the family. That shook up the family, man. But my father taught me how to be a father. And that's why, even though it didn't work out with my kid's mom, my first kid's mom, I'm the full-time father. The kids are with me. Because I can't do that, bro. The dude can't play football with Trey. You know what I mean? I'm the father. It cost me $42,000 in court costs to do it. Not because there was, but I'm telling you that my father gave me the passion to be a father. So I'm telling y'all that's how important a father is. Yeah, if your father wants shit, you got to make up for it, man. Because that thing is systemic. That's just like any other trait that you can get, any other DNA passed down. That bad example of a father, if you don't do it, you could pass it on to your grandkids, man.
Yeah. And all of that came from us talking about our brother Evans Janvier.
Yeah, man.
Because that chapter focused on his sense of duty and responsibility as a father to his kids. Wow. All right.
Wow.
Boom.
Shout out to JV, man. Hey,
Shout out to Stu for bringing us back. That was smooth, Stu. I called it. I love it, bro.
That was Wednesday night. Thursday night, my dude, Brian Gordon.
Brian Gordon. Oh man, I gotta kick that one off, bro. Like, I've never met BG in person, bro. But we keep coming back to the same alignment, bro. Like the alignment is sincere, it's real. BG sounds just like my brother-in-law, Sweet Pea Burns, who passed away 2 years ago.
I remember you saying that.
He sound, bro. If I close my eyes, it was Sweet Pea talking. You know what I mean? And him and Sweet Pea have a similar upbringing. You know what I mean? Sweet Pea went through a lot of that same, vibe of young childhood that BG talked about, man. It's only one word you could say is realness, bro. Like his realness is beyond measure, bro. And you could feel that love. So it's no coincidence how you two cats met down in Tampa and clinged together like that. Because the soul doesn't lie, bro. And you two got that. Y'all both got old souls. Stu, you got an old soul. You know what I mean? That's that Folkestone, Abram Milton got an old soul. You know what I'm saying? Like you could feel that vibe, bro. Like when you with certain cats, you just like, bro, this cat, He never get rattled. This cat right here, bro, like, yo, he gonna give you game. He gonna give you wisdom, even when you don't even know how to receive it. It's just in his nature, his DNA. He's gonna give it to you, and I felt that with BG. I enjoyed chopping up that reel with him. Some reels I don't enjoy chopping up and putting out, but I know it's necessary because there's someone that needs it. Someone needs that light bulb lesson, man. But I really enjoy. It was so many jewels that I could
Man,
extract out of what he was talking about. That was so real, bro.
it is, man.
It was so real, dog. Just him, just simply just saying, man, you don't know how daddy gonna be when he come home from work. You don't
Man,
know how mama come home tired, we hungry. It was just, dog, like you, that's sitting on the porch back in the days, just chilling, building. And man, shout out to BG, dog. Like he definitely got to come back, bro. He got to come back
yeah,
and build
man.
this, dog. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Man, you want me to jump in there, Stu?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
He's the ultimate. He's the ultimate form. Not when I talk about integrity, I'm talking about the story without talking about the story. And if you want the
Yeah.
story, you got to go ahead and grab one or two books and
Get
learn
that
about
book.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
This
doubt.
is what I learned from him. He went through a situation, and a lot of brothers deal with this here in America, with incarceration. And he was facing the choice, plea deal or trial, which is a systemic trap in America. We understand that. But he chose because he knew the truth. He knew what he did, that it was righteous, and he had to do it. And it was a life or death situation, because if he could have got, when he went to whatever. So he chose not to take a plea deal and just spend time in a prison cell. He chose to fight for his freedom. And a lot of times we don't think, man, we think it's hopeless. But you got to understand, man, God has got the final say. And I'm just not saying that to be biblically preaching. I know it is, because there's a such thing as Matthew 7:7. Ask, seek, and knock. We don't spend enough time talking to God, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I retired, I didn't know what I wanted to do next necessarily. I knew I was an entrepreneur spirit. I knew I didn't know what the plan was. Then COVID hit us. I'm like, man, I ain't got no job. You know what I mean? For the first time in my life since I was 13 years old, I ain't got a job, bro. And I'm looking at my 4 kids that are still remaining in the home out of the 6. The other girls are moved out. Shout out to Taisha and Shanice. But the 2 girls are moved on. They're with their husbands and gone. I got the 2 Trey and them, Trey, Naliko, Leilani, and Solomon. Solomon was newborn, just came out the womb. So I understand that kind of idea, man. Like I didn't know it was uncertainty. You didn't know what the next step was. And this wasn't getting out of the Marine Corps not knowing. This was him facing what I'm choosing. I'm choosing life or death, man. And he chose to stand on his own 10 toes, stick to his guns, and fight it to the end, and he won. Yeah. And now look at him.
Yeah. Wow. Let me I'm gonna show the screen, right? Because I intended to do this the other night. Because we talk about relationships. Can y'all see that?
No, hold on.
Nah, we can't see it. Hold up. Let me see.
Yes, boom, sir. Man, look at y'all, man. Y'all look like y'all cousins or something.
Come on, bro.
Lifelong friends, man.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. This didn't just start yesterday. That was me and Brian Gordon in about 2010. Where he said he was a wild dude. When I met that dude while I was down in Tampa.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man.
Bro, not get in trouble type wild, but wild in the way that he talked about. And it all came from a foundation of how he grew up and how that played an impact on the relationships that he tried to maintain over the course of years, man. But that just kind of goes to show you, man, like that dude means so much to me. And watching his maturation since this picture to the Brian Gordon that is doing what he's doing now with the tactical gear, the weapons, the cigars.
Yeah.
Guns and Gars. What is it? Guns and Gars?
Guns and Gars.
Guns and Gars, bro.
Guns and Gars. So that, man, I just, I look at that picture, man, and it brings back so many fond memories of my 3 years down in Tampa at the University of South Florida and running into that dude and building that kind of relationship. And it was instant. It was instant. You know what I'm saying? So that was Thursday, man. Gosh, shout out BG. All right.
Shout out to BG, bro.
Shout out to
We
BG.
had,
Yeah.
that was Thursday. Friday night, bro. The Way to Want with Eddie Arce. Dog, Arce brought,
Man.
Arce brought an element to the conversation that
he did.
Yeah, that's my soul. His persona is who I feel like when I'm about to just get in. You know what I mean? When I'm about to go, you know, all politics out the window. It's over. I'm Arceing you, man. You know what I mean? I'm stern with it. But I thought the biggest thing. This is why. You know why? And this, shout out to Eddie Arce. He's not trying to be somebody he's not, but he knows his self-worth.
Yeah.
That's why he can be who he says in his. He's a very. Listen, let me tell you something. You ain't dealing with some. The guys have earned their keep. So he lives in a very affluent neighborhood for the audience. Mm-hmm. So if you can imagine, if you had a, West Side Connection coming down or something, he looks, his appearance, he talked about his tattoos, his Jerry curl with rocking the NY or the LA hat all the time. And his neighbors who are affluent, which you know how it is in the suburbs because we all live there too. So it's kind of like, he gets those side eyes and looks, but he fits in because once they get to know him, it's nothing but love. And that's what I love about authenticity. He has self-worth, and the self-worth can't depend on applause, titles, relationships, money, followers, or recognition. Those things, they all fluctuate up and down. He knows who he is when nobody's clapping. Eddie Arce knows who he is when nobody's clapping. And that's why he can come on here and be vulnerable and say, look, you know what? I might have messed up my thing with my daughter. And I hope she saw that and they're rekindling that. Because a lot of times our egos get in the way and we can't say when we did something wrong.
Yep.
And it stops me from going to give my wife a hug when I know I just punted it in the stands. It stops me from going to give my daughter a hug when I put them on punishment too long, or I grounded her, or I took something away from her when I might have been in my feelings at whatever time and I might have went too far. So knowing your self-worth leads to authenticity. And when you stop asking the world for permission to value yourself, you become much harder for the world to manipulate.
Yeah, just being your authentic self. That the Big Mo's first S shift momentum.
Yeah,
I thought about Arce, dog, because the perception can be of one thing, and judging a person by their book. And we kind of cut up a little bit before we went live. And he was like, yeah, I know I look like a gangbanger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And part of that is he's comfortable looking like people who are ostracized and demonized in this society. And he's showing, you can look like this and still be about your business.
Because you stereotype me. You didn't get to know the soul before you place a judgment.
That's right.
You judged the book by its cover and thought that you can just say the N-word in my presence.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
And we that people
and get away with it.
People not knowing he's Puerto Rican and saying something sideways about Puerto Rican people. Yeah. And then he look at him and he go Arce.
Yeah. He Arce's and rightfully so. And that's why I'm glad I got a brother like Arce with me, man.
Right.
Because Arce ain't making no excuses.
Nah, he never has, bro.
He's working on himself.
Ever been that tight, man. He's like you said on the episode, man. Once I first saw him, I knew. I said, "Yo, that's a real cat." Just how he was moving. He brand stinking new on the island, bro. And I'm like, dog, I see how he moved though. He moved, he moved differently. And man, Arce, bro, like Arce struggled his first couple cycles, man.
Mm.
and it wasn't based on work ethic. It wasn't based on timid or anything of that nature. He wasn't getting trained, yo.
Yeah.
And how did I know? We were out of the rifle range in the chow hall, and he came in with the recruits, and they still had they dang on freaking
War
war
gear.
gear still on. The war gear
Yeah.
still on their body. They
They didn't
sitting there
ground the
eating
gear out,
chow.
sir.
Yeah, I'm like, get out right now, get out. So I'm like, hey, Joe Strutter, you can't bring them in here with their freaking gear. Get him outside. Joe Strutter, he run
Yeah.
back outside, ground their gear, and that was one of those heart to heart moments on the side of the chow hall where the dang old milk crates are. You understand that?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah,
milk
man.
crates.
Yeah.
You got to be a hat to understand the milk crates out the chow hall on the range, yo.
Shout out to
We
the milk
standing,
crates.
yeah, man. We standing by the
That's my
milk
cubby
crates.
hole in 3rd Battalion. Stu might not know. Do
Yeah,
you know what we're talking
yeah.
about, Stu? Because they were in our
I do.
houses. You remember how small the squad bays were? We used to have milk
Yeah.
crates as cubby holes because they couldn't fit 3 wall lockers in there.
Yeah.
So
It's
if you
true.
was
You
the
know.
third hat, you was living out a cubby hole
You know how I know?
and the chow
I
hall
was
ones.
I was a recruit in a 7th platoon in Alpha Company back in 1996. So we
Mm.
floated. Every week we
Mm,
packed up and we moved to a different
Oh,
squad
to a
bay.
different squad bay, man. Damn,
So
that
I
sucks.
lived in
that
every company
sucks,
in
bro.
1st Battalion, every company in 2nd Battalion, every company in 3rd
I
Battalion.
remember that. I
That
remember
In
that.
sucks.
as a 7th platoon in 1996.
That
So imagine
sucks.
it's about 85, 90 of us in a 3rd Battalion squad bay.
Mm,
Oh my God.
yeah, that
Nobody
sucks,
cared.
bro.
It can
It was
only
just
fit. I mean, that's some violations, bro. They forced you to violate, man, because I mean, you ain't have enough racks.
bro,
Mm,
but
That's
you
no
had this
way.
what there wasn't
Not in the old third.
they didn't have
Oh
them
man.
cans out there for the 7th and the floater platoons like they do
yeah.
outside of 1st Battalion right now.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
that didn't exist. We literally packed up and you're supposed to have so many inches between racks and this and that. Nah, fam.
Every
We
evening when I was the first on the DI school, I used to go to those cans and make the team form the deck and run the deck on each other as a student.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
Man.
DI school, I used to take them over to those cans and make them. This is before observation. This is when they first got down there. I make them use each other as recruits and form it. So when they had their first observation, they would kind of get it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But they didn't
man.
do that to us in DI school. They just beat us.
I told RC Gentleman, I said, man, you mean to tell me, Joe Strutter, we at the range?
Mm.
I mean, bro, like, well, how you gonna bring him in the chow hall with war gear? And he was like, nobody told me I wasn't supposed to.
Man, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
and that's how
remember
they
how
do you.
that made I remember how that made me feel. And I
yep.
we ain't on here to bash, but those particular individuals, throughout the rest of the tenure down there, you could see that, yeah, he didn't get trained properly his first cycle, man. And so a
See?
lot of us, we took it up, and coming up on ourselves too. We're like, yo,
Yep.
bro, we got you, bro, from here on
Yep.
out. Like, we got you,
Yeah,
Eddie.
man.
You know what I mean? And I know that was something that really meant a lot to him.
The
That
big
that
I, baby.
the other hats taking it on their own accord that ain't even on my team,
Yep.
training me. So
Yep.
and just like a baby bird, bro. Once the wings start flapping, that's it. And once we saw, hey, bro, you ready? You know what I mean? That was it, man. And bro, it's a lot of people out there think, well, okay, we understand the drill field. We understand any special duty assignment. I mean, me and Stu have that AMOY connection, South Florida,
Yeah.
North Carolina,
Yep.
Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
JJ Ragland in the chat, NC State. Shout out to Lee Cox, NC State, Clarence, University of Duke, all the different Fripp, Morehouse. You
Yep.
know what I
Yep.
mean? Like Denley Nelson, you know what I mean? Morehouse. So we can keep naming them. We have these connections, right? But there's people that think, well, how can you guys have that deep layer of that type of bond? Like the depot's not combat. I can understand combat. If you're in combat, yeah, bro, like, bodies are at stake, some die or whatever the case. But I think it's any arduous time that you spend with another individual and you see when their metal is tested, man, how they really stand. And
Shared
that's what I
hardship.
think about. Yeah, I think about RC in that manner, bro. I remember being in New York and RC had told me he was going to New York. I hit him, yo, we in New York, me and Kizzy. Yo, I'm in New York. Where you at? I said, we in Manhattan. Yo, I'm in Manhattan. Where you at? Man, we at Macy's. Man, I'm 1 block over from
Man,
Macy's. And they pull up, him, his mom, you know what I'm saying, his lady at the time. We sitting there hogging in the street, traffic crazy, but just to see him on that side, man, to see him out on Pendleton and actually walk in the building and see what he does as a combat illustrator, you know,
Yeah.
all the paintings and yo,
man,
man, RC's a special individual, bro.
he
100%.
is, man.
Hey, bro. Star Wars said full blown RC.
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Very
Shout
proud
out
of
to
my
Oh
brother.
Dr.
man.
Stowers, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yo.
bro.
So again, going back to the stop, right? Evans Janvier, stop moment.
Yeah.
Stephen Miller, stop moment.
Hmm.
Brian Gordon, many stop moments.
Boom.
Right?
Yeah,
Man.
man.
He got stopped and he's like, oh, I probably shouldn't even be here because I've been stopped from myself so many times. Eddie Arce, stop moment.
Stop moment.
Yeah. And then transitioning over to Saturday, Anthony Cutno.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
bro.
I
That one,
wasn't on the live that night, but rewatching it, man.
I'll take the head.
Let
Cause
me let
Stu,
me let me say this before you jump in,
yeah,
right?
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
And I want to say this observation. That dude has a love for UTO.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's true,
loyalty,
dog.
man. Loyalty
Yeah,
Man,
and love. L and
yeah,
L.
he does,
it's
man.
not just a
Vice
love,
versa.
man. It is a almost an admiration to the point that you poured into him so much, and now he's seeing the fruits of the labor that you poured into him,
Yes,
and
sir.
he's just I see it, I feel it in his voice, how much he admires you, dog. And I just wanted to throw that out there before you got started. So go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Stu, man. You know that, bro. It's that's one of those sentimentals, man. Because as we've seen throughout these 8 days, bro, I called him. And that's what
Mm.
Robbie and I know, man. He kept saying it on the stream the other night. Uh he's like, and then you call. He
And
was
then
about to he was about
and
to
then,
end it, bro.
Got to end
And
it.
and that would have been another one added of that feeling. You know what I mean? I've experienced that feeling. You gentlemen, Dr. Jason Stowers, JJ Ragland, you know, ninth calm. You know what I'm saying? Who is that? Ninth calm. Who is that? Do y'all know?
nah, I
Night
can't see that coming.
if they still on ninth calm, they came through on Facebook. I'm not sure who it is.
Okay.
I gotta
Uh,
check him out.
I can't see the face, bro. I can't
Ninth
tell.
calm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
shout out
tell.
to you.
Yeah, shout out.
Ninth
Major
con,
love.
whoever
If
it
they
is.
still here, ninth calm. You know what I mean?
Man.
Hey, real quick.
Ninth crime.
Hey, this is why I tell students I don't reply to personal emails from
Mm,
accounts that I can't identify your first and last name.
Oh yeah. But we still
no
love you,
doubt.
Knights.
Yeah, we love you.
Thank y'all
Major
for
love.
showing love, man. Thank y'all for showing so
Yeah,
much love to the Orcas, brother.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely,
All right, go
man.
ahead.
Yeah, so we've all experienced it, bro, that feeling. You know what I mean? And I just every time I look at Cutno, that's what I think about.
Mm.
I could have I would today feel personally like, man, I failed, bro. If that boy would have took his life, I would carry that burden with me, bro. I failed. Now, there's many others that we know, and all of them rest in power. You know, starting with George Shine. When George Shine
Sergeant Major Shine.
Yo, that hurt the whole Marine
broke
Corps.
my soul, bro. And I still don't know why.
Yeah, Black Jesus, dog. I remember we had the recruits sitting in the bleachers, bro. Fall in, get back. Fall in, get back. And I'm standing behind the bleachers because the scene was like, hey, leave him alone. So I'm up under the bleachers, smacking their feet, smacking their boots together, pulling
tying shit together.
And I hear Adrian Sutter. I turn around, dog, and it's Sergeant Major George L. Shine. It's Sergeant Major Shine, bro.
He was at First Battalion at the time, right? He was the First Battalion Sergeant Major.
He was at
RTR,
H&S or RTR, one of the two. Yeah, he's an RTR, and I turn around, lock my body. Good afternoon, Sergeant Major. He said, I was in 3rd Battalion Drill Center, right? I said, Sergeant Major. He said, you know what they used to call me when I was a drill instructor down here? I said, no, Sergeant Major. He said, they used to call me Black Jesus. He said, keep working hard, drill instructor. Turned off, walked off. I'll never forget that rest of my life, bro. And so, obviously for that call to come, man, that sent that, across the Marine Corps and many others. I wanted to say his name tonight. Sergeant Major George L. Shine, bro.
Sergeant Major George L. Shine.
And, I didn't feel the burden to that. You know what I mean? We didn't have that type of relationship as Cutno and I. Cutno and I, he's my admin chief, bro. I used to wear his ass out, bro. Like, you already know. Like, we're not playing no games, Staff Sergeant. You run this office, period.
Yep.
And he said, man, you called. Right when I was about to end it, bro, you called. And then last night, as you heard with Dr. Reed, man, listen, Jim, I have to say this, man. I didn't know what to say to him, bro. It was like I could have gave him the best advice that I know to give a man, bro. But the way he sounded broken on that phone, bro.
Yep.
And when he explained it to me, man, I was just like, bro, like all the sitting in the meetings, all the how can we stop it? All the the continuum and all these different things. Suicide awareness, all these, it's just like all in that culminating moment in my mind. I'm like, bro, there ain't nothing I could say to this cat. And then I said, hey man, it's a cat named Dr. Oliver T. Reed. He helped me write my book. He's doing a conference here in Atlanta on Friday. This was like a Tuesday night. I said, bro, just come, bro. It's the cheat code.
Man.
He didn't question it, bro. He didn't question it. I said, now, I don't know what you're gonna do between tonight and Friday. But if you can get there on Friday, bro, you're gonna see the cheat code I use. I said, listen, anything you've ever seen me as a sergeant major, anything you've ever seen me, in any form of fashion that you respect and look up to, I'm gonna show you my real cheat code that the Marine Corps didn't teach me, bro, on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Friday morning, bro, I had to handle some business with Kizzy. He texted me and said, I called an Uber. I'm here, Sergeant Major. I'm here. I said, well, go on in, bro. I'm going to be down there in about like 45 minutes. I'm actually on my way. Dog, by the time I get there, Dr. Reed already done gave him the mic. And he got on stage in front of all the brothers and shared the testimony about Tuesday night, bro. And the boy ain't looked back since. So when I asked him, yo, do you want to be a part of this anthology, bro? Cutno's been in several anthologies. He was in the first Born to Risk. And I'm like, bro, this is the veteran one, though. So you got to take it to another level.
Yep.
And he was like, Sergeant Major, you already know. You know what I'm saying? And just sharing his story. I met his dad, met his mom, met his kids. So it's a blessing, man. What you think, Rob?
Cutno reminds me of a rook, man. You know what I mean? He don't ever come diagonal, man. Every interaction I had with him, he comes straight at you. You know what I mean? I ain't just saying that because I got a rook here. But the fact, man, when I was first starting trying to figure out some online stuff and how to do stuff recently, Cutno repost. Well, I was giving up, man. I was like, man, I ain't reposting nothing else, man. I hate this online stuff. And if anybody who knows me, you might think I'm all good. Oh man, he loves Instagram. I really don't care too much for the excuse me, fellas.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, I'm here. Sergeant Major, I'm here, man.
Yes, sir. It's all right, bro.
I'm not really all good at that all the internet stuff, but Cutno reposted something that I had did when nobody else. And this sounds corny and stuff, but that's my introduction to him because I knew him through you. But he reposted something that I had done, and this sounds kind of corny. There ain't nothing about reposting. It's the fact that link, like he gave me hope in the moment that, like, he didn't even know me. So then we started, just chatting it up, and now we look at each other's stuff, comment and stuff, and it's just so. I haven't got to meet him in the physical form. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like I know him because the fellowship that we all share is so amazing, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I told y'all, man.
That's still.
And listening to the episode and reading the chapter multiple times to make sure I had the right perspective because I didn't get a chance to talk to him that night. It was years and years and years of medical issues that he dealt with and overcame and kept going and kept getting set back. All of that built up into that moment to where he was ready to let it go.
He was forcing the fire, man.
Yeah, he was, bro. He went, man. Cutno been through some heavy stuff, bro. Like he didn't even go full throttle on that episode on Saturday.
I know, that's why
he really didn't, bro. It was PG-13, bro. Like Cutno has been through things that literally, bro, has kind of, I wouldn't say scared me, but it's just like, wow. And like he said, one of the key things he said on there, he said, I do not lie. He's like, he said, Sergeant Major, I got 2 Sergeant Majors sitting here with me. Gentlemen, I do not lie. And man, I tell you, bro, Cutno is, man, I appreciate him, though. Like just seeing Robbie emotional because I know that feeling. All it takes is that one individual to come by and show you love, bro. Just that one. And Cutno is that tight. Cutno might post 10 straight posts and nobody touches it. Nobody clicks the button. I'll go on and just click it. Like, yo, I don't even know what it is. I'm just clicking it because you my dog. And I don't care what it is. I'm clicking it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know your heart. I know why you doing what you're doing in here. So, man, Cutno's a special being, bro. Like, shout out to him, man. 100%.
Yeah. All right. Cutno. Yeah. We appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you.
Man, that was unexpected, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere, man. You know what I mean? When the heart speaks, it speaks.
That's exactly right.
And I know that overwhelming emotion, just like Coach Clay just said, man. He just said it, man. That feeling of just you lost. You lost, or I felt like a loser. And then I hear people brush over it like well, you know what? You took the easy way out and stuff. Like, you don't know what that other soul is going through, man.
That's
you don't know. You
That's
don't
exactly
know.
Right.
So you stop and take pause and inventory how you can contribute and build onto the positive and destroy the negativity.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Speaking of positivity, shout out to Lomax, man.
Shout out to Jonathan.
Shout out to Low. I love Lomax, man.
Jay, man.
You got him, because I got it.
Go ahead,
bro. Yes, sir.
Become a student of yourself is what Lomax. That's his mindset. He's always learning. He's always in scripture. He's always bouncing things off his faith and bouncing. He's a curious soul, and he's what we call a seeker. You know what I mean? When you're just seeking information. He talks about his memory and all that good and stuff like that. We all have issues with that, but he's forgotten more than most people can remember anyway. You know what I mean? And so he understands that wisdom requires reflection. So he tries to sit back and reflect on the things that he learned and the things that he's trying trying to acquire, and as you see him maneuver and stuff through life, and I know we can talk about the chapters, but I'm talking about the human being, because this is the thing. We ain't just some co-authors that did a project together. We go back. This didn't begin with this project. You know what I mean? This project's great, and I'm glad we're doing it, and I'm glad we did it. And thank you so much for everybody involved. But the bottom line up front is this brotherhood existed far before that. And when I saw Low at Borders retirement, that was rekindled again, you know. So the heart is the heart, you know, and he does have my back on things too. You know, when I'm getting out of pocket or something, Low is one of the ones that will tell you, man, I don't know, Robbie, if you should be doing this or whatnot. Or he'll tell one of y'all and y'all can tell me. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lee Jones.
Shout out to Lee
Jones.
You're doing amazing, my guy. We see you,
we
man.
Love you, Lee.
We're doing blessed when we see
Lee.
You,
don't crack, man. You know what I mean?
Never
he
has,
looks exactly the same as he did this was 2001. In DI school in 2001, we graduated together. Lee Jones looks exactly the same. I saw him in his Charlie's the other day. Just looking good.
Man, I loved about when me and Lee sat down, bro. Man, his vulnerability, bro. When Lee started talking to me about how he ended up in the Marine Corps, bro, out in Arkansas, man, like
Arkansas.
You know how you know men are great men when you just know. Like all of these gentlemen we've been talking about. The
Lee Jones is one
the
of
chat. Yeah, Lee definitely. Lee, man, out of many of the different interviews I've done, bro, I saw that one, bro. I loved it, dog, because it just that kindred love, bro. Like it's special, bro. So shout out to you, Lee, dog. We truly love you, bro.
I love him.
We love you, man.
Yeah.
We was in the barracks together too, over by IPAC. Jones always had the most squared away room, man. He had a little zip bag that he would hang all his garments in outside the wall lockers, and he would zip that joker up, and he didn't want no air, no dust, or nothing getting on his gear. He used to take his jeans and stuff and get that press on them.
Yes, sir. That's how I see it, bro. Yes, sir. Lee Jones, bro.
That heavy starch.
That cat told me, man, when I came to India Company, dog, he took care of us, just like I talked about on the White Bulb Lesson episode, bro. Man, Lee Jones is a real senior, bro. Like, I no knock on any other seniors I work with, and I never worked directly under Lee, but he was that senior. You know what I'm saying? Man. Like that the other seniors would listen to, man, and he was
the duty senior.
Indeed, bro.
For the whole series.
All the time. Not just on his nights. You know what I mean?
Leah put his paws on you too.
Yes, sir. He's from Arkansas, bro.
Leah put his paws on you.
Banging a little rock.
I got something. You know how in DI school, I know they hate it when we get in these hat stories, but DI school, we're standing in line, a position of attention. Man, I couldn't hold it, and I sneezed. Jones didn't care, and this is the time we had Archie as an instructor. O'Connor was over there. It was just ruthless, just craziness over at DI school. And I sneezed on the back of Lee's neck. He didn't care, man. He broke Baron. He's like, "You just sneezed on my neck." I'm like, "Damn, Lee." I'm like, we got to get that attention. You know what I mean? Right. I tried to remind him where we were. But Lee, man, he'll put his paws on you, man. I love that dude, man.
Yeah.
Man,
that's powerful. And congrats, man. Congrats on your son, too.
Yes. Fort Benning. His son's graduating from Fort Benning.
Nice.
Low Max, bro.
Georgia?
Yeah. Johnny Low, bro.
Hey, T.O., throw that picture up.
Let me see, man.
Boom. Yeah, Low, man. Wisdom requires reflection is his mentality, man. Like he reflects on the things he's told, he's learned. He might hear something, we might disagree about something, but he's going to go back and reevaluate the conversation and come back even more articulate with his point. You know what I mean? He just don't let it. And it's not like he's trying to be overbearing. He's just wise. You know what I mean? Right. He really is, man. He studies his own patterns. That's how he knows about his memory and all this stuff. He studies himself. What angers him, what inspires him, what distracts him. You know what I mean? And he loves his family, man. And I know, and a lot of us are going through stuff. You never know what's going on underneath the iceberg, bro. And all of us on the screen have issues somewhere or something, or have had something happen or been through something. But no man gets on here. No man gets online. You can't show me another group of brothers that go back all this time we have and still have this same bond. That if you call me, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You call me, I'm there.
You know, I think there might be some guys that have played sports together, and they've maintained that type of relationship over the
probably one or two though, not nine. Not
them congregating together and kind of doing what we're trying to do. And I hope that's a good example, and then it encourages people.
That's what reconnect. I want them to do, because I want that. We want to add on to this. That's what I mean by that. Showing them that it's possible. Like you said, Coach Clay, it's possible, man.
Yeah,
it's possible. Bro. We can cry online and don't worry about what somebody else is else is thinking. You know, we can reevaluate ourselves. And guess what? If necessary, through our brotherhood, through our fellowship, through our own study, our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of life's experience, we can reinvent ourselves. Damn it.
Yep. Yeah, can you pull the picture up, T.O.?
Yeah, I don't have it on this iPad.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone though. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone.
Okay. I'm trying to share the screen.
Man.
Or can I?
Okay. Give me a second, bro.
And he's completely all about it. Lomax definitely is a character that
there it is.
I'm looking for the same photo. I didn't know you had it. Yes.
Oh, yes. That's it. No, when you posted it or whatever, I saved it for mine.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
Yo, so
here it is.
This is really when it started, and we kind of started to realize this whole concept about the pod and the strength of the pride and Orcas.
Way before the project, all this.
And again, this was at Borders' retirement ceremony.
What's the date of that? That was 2000.
I want to say it was 2 years ago. 24.
Yeah, August. It was like August 2 years ago. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Man.
It was this right here is when it really started to come together and be like, yo, we collectively, I told T.O. that day, like we said earlier, I'm ready, bro. Because I had gained enough separation from the Marine Corps, and I had fully transitioned into doing what I'm doing and walking in my purpose and my truth. In another chapter of my life, it was at Borders' retirement ceremony when we were like, we got something special here.
Right.
We got something special here. And Lomax was a huge part of that.
And the representation, 1st Battalion, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Battalion, 4th Battalion representation. Shout out to our sisters in 4th, man.
Like, man, I love it, man.
Special, bro. Special.
Yeah. Wow.
And they poured into Jonathan Yinnick, who was a young Marine as a PFC that me and Borders used to put a lot of heavy, implementation and training into. And his brother was about to leave to go to Parasite, and to see, Ross Blaine, my man Johnny Lomax, pour into that young man, and for him to come back as a graduate and say, man, it was the words those gentlemen told me at that retirement that really got me through boot camp.
When we're standing out there?
Yes.
I remember that. Yes. I remember we were pouring into him, man. We were giving them used to, all of us. Yeah.
Just
everybody.
Right out front.
I forgot about that, man.
Outside of underneath that pavilion thing, we just stood there and treated him.
Yeah.
He was one of us.
That's a fact.
And it was really important. Yeah, it was really important for that young fella to be around a group of mature people like that and to be treated like, hey, young buck,
man,
you around us,
bro.
Yeah. What let us shoot you some game. What questions do you have? And we just chopped it up with him, and little did we know how that was going. What kind of fruit that was going to produce with him.
There were so many heavy hitters. Robin Fortner was at that one.
Yeah, shout out to Robin. Yeah,
Drip Parsons.
Yes, sir.
There were so many. We talked about shot by the boss. Skane shot by the boss.
Shout out to Kadeem.
Man. Kadeem was there. We can go all day. We're going to talk about how I met Kadeem by chance one time in the future.
All right. Big ups to Johnny Lowe. And what I took away from it is that he he didn't mind being challenged because he said right at the beginning of the episode, I'm a nerd.
Mm-hmm. He did.
I'm like, me too. Y'all know I'm a nerd.
Well, you call me what you want to, but I'm nerd, bookworm. I tell you right now, though, I keep knowledge around me, bro.
Got to,
Exactly.
bro. That's it.
It was in that moment when I challenged him on something he said, because I'm like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. And then he didn't get all offensive, defensive about, well, yeah, I know I'm right. He took it, and then we waited to the end of the episode, and you guys had logged off at that time, and I pulled them books from the female authors, and he was like, bro, he just soaking it in, like, yeah, I gotta dig deep into this, because I ain't really think about it like that.
Right.
He was
open y'all went in deep on the dialogue. I forgot we all cut off, and y'all stayed on another 30 minutes.
Yeah. That was I really appreciated that, and that's the thing. We don't have all the answers, and if you got some knowledge that's gonna help me be better at what I'm doing, share that knowledge with me. I want to be more informed. I don't want to be walking around here thinking things that aren't true or making assumptions based on only one perspective.
Right.
What's your source?
And
where are you getting this information from? Yeah. So I really appreciated the dialogue that he and I had, and I got an opportunity to share some things with him to expose him to a different way of thinking. You know what I mean?
Yes. And those conversations make it where, you don't have to assume anything because you went and found out. Most people just walk around assuming, and then you find out, and you could be totally out left field.
Right. And it's not what I was telling him, it's what I was showing him.
Yes.
Like, this ain't Stu Maynard. These are real stories. If you even, and it started me spiraling. I'm thinking about the slave narrative, Harriet Jacobs.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what
I just read the 1619 project again the other day.
Right.
That's real.
Again, so all right. Shout out Johnny Lomax.
Johnny
all right, man. Louis Alicio. Now, I'm gonna say this. I didn't know Louis before the project. You guys knew him in depth, but that was of the podcast. That's the one I had the hardest time controlling my emotions. In the moment, man, sitting there, listening to Louis and seeing how he's transformed himself. And my copy of that book is on the way. No kid. That night I pressed
Louis Alicio, man.
That's how touched I was by Louis' story, his passion for what he's doing, and then owning up to the things that plagued him throughout his career, went over into his personal life, and how reflective he is, and here he is now a devoted Catholic, and he ties all of his thinking and his work in the church, and he's channeled the energy that he once poured into the Marine Corps, and he shifted and poured it into something that is more meaningful to him, to his soul, and to the people that he's being ordained to serve. Man, it touched the nerve of me, and I don't know why. And I've watched that episode a couple of times, but I was really touched in the moment. When I watched it a second time, I did cry.
Yes,
that's how impactful Louis Alicio's story was. And I don't know Louis like y'all know him, but I felt like I knew him because y'all know him. You know what I mean?
Yes. And we were talking about ruthless drill instructors, and we were saying JV was probably the most wild one, but Alicio was right up there with him when he was a green belt. Trust me on that. Yeah. He would do things outside the box, not anything illegal, but he would do things that I wouldn't even think of to get discipline.
Right.
And it made a difference.
Yeah.
You know what the best thing about him being a man of God, because that's exactly what he doesn't judge the least of these. If you're outside the church, just because he's in, he doesn't look at you any different. Even if you're a different religion or you have a different faith, because he understands it ain't his job to change your heart. That's God's thing. Louis' job is to be a guide in this earth. And that's what he's reinvented himself. And he took it. He was at the brink. If y'all didn't catch the episode, please go back and watch that episode with my brother Lou, man. Louis was about to make the permanent decision, man.
Yeah.
He was about to make the permanent decision. And he was going through some pretty catastrophic mental stuff. When you look back and reflect of your life, you have to be proud of it.
Yeah.
So that means whatever you're doing right now, if you're doing something you think that it could be something that's going to be detrimental to your mental health in the future, you might want to reassess why you're doing it and how you're doing it. And I'm not saying he did that. I don't think he, as far as I know, as far as when I saw how he led leadership wise, I don't think he mistreated anybody. So I don't think he has anything to be ashamed of on that front. However, you don't know what's in that man's mind, what's deep down that he's trying to repent for, that or any of us, anything that's deep down that we're trying to repent for that could cause us shame, guilt, and a separation from the divine. So he went through that. He went through that and he came back out, man. And he's the epitome of he don't know how much time he has left. So this is Louis
maximizing it.
He's like, here, we got the hourglass. Louis Alicio's moving, and he ain't worried about this because he don't know it. He's just going and pouring the time he has left into everybody at the bottom, not the most religious person up here. He's pouring down here because he don't know how much time he has left. His children, his sons, he's digging deep and trying to figure out how to make another brother, another person, another sister a better person while he's reaching his own full potential. And what that does is it makes the world a better place when we all do that as family.
Yeah. Oh, you cooking, boy. God, you cooking tonight.
That's Alicio, man.
Hey, that's it. And I know how you feel about that, man, bro. Like it's what JV always says, is marrow deep. He said, man, my brother Timothy, my deepest thanks for being such an inspiration, and not only me, but to so many around the globe. Words can never express the tremendous amount of pride I have towards you and your accomplishments and your family. May God's most abundant blessings be upon you, the work of your hands, and your wonderful family once again. With love in Christ, Louis, AMDG. Man, Louis, after Lee C. Jones, Robbie Lytle, Stu Maynard, man, Ray Robinson, everybody, bro. So many, Eric Thompson, Lomax, Ross Blaine.
You're gonna miss them because there's so many great ones.
It's so many, bro.
Van Eyck.
Man,
I don't forget about Van Eyck, man. Rich Van Eyck was my first heavy that trained me and you know what he didn't do? He didn't haze me.
That's it. That's it.
And I
he was hard.
Van Eyck, man, is a good man, bro. Like
Rich Van Eyck, man. He gave me his truck when I was walking because I didn't have a license. I was 20. I didn't get a license. You know what I mean? I'm from North Carolina. I joined the Marine Corps, man. I'm humping everywhere I go. And he gave me his truck day in and day out when he wasn't using it. When he was on duty, take this, just don't go off base, Lytle. Just go to the barracks and back. So I wouldn't have to walk because my first cycle, I was walking all the way from the barracks down Chicken Farm Road to my first deck before the morning start, before lights. And then when we did the heavy meeting, I was walking home.
Wow. Hey man, that's what you call real love, bro. Man, being honest, dog, like all of these different individuals, man. Sergeant Major Young, Jeffrey Young.
Young, bro.
JP Corville.
Yes.
All of these different individuals I had the opportunity to set with, man. And many, many more that I just can't think on top of my dome.
Levy, we have it.
Well, no. I'm talking about that came and sat with me on the podcast.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
So these particular individuals, just sharing and in my heart, Robbie, I was like, oh, I would love to have Louis Alicio to come on with me, man.
I know he didn't want to.
So I reached out to Alicio, man. I hit him. I'm like, hey, he's same thing. Oh man, I've been watching all the episodes, all the amazing brothers and sisters, and man, I love it, Clay. I love it. God bless you, brother. And I was like, man, Lou, I want you to come on, bro. He's like, man, I'm not worthy, man. I'm not worthy, Clay. I'm not like you guys, man. You guys have charisma and you guys. I said, no, Clay, no.
Mm.
So I was like, man, all right, good to go, boss. Good to go. A little time go by. I hit him again. I catch him sleeping. Hey, bro, just come on with me real quick. Here's the leash. And he comes on the leash. And Louis got these red, like, it was just some glasses that you would see Robert De Niro with, bro.
Yes,
And
yeah.
all jokes aside, man, we talked about boxing. We talked about dang on the things I know he loves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he grew up across the street from Kelly Pavlik. You know what I mean? We talking about that. He gave me a signed glove for my son Cassius from Kelly the Ghost Pavlik. And we're talking about the Cleveland Browns, him growing up in Ohio, all the good stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Talked about the depot, and then boom, we ended it. And I had the footage, and I was so happy, bro. I was like, dog, I just got the interview with Robert De Niro, bro, the Godfather.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, all jokes aside, man, the next morning, Louis sends me this message. And it says, Clay, please don't put that out. And I was like, hold up, man. What are you talking about?
I remember you told me.
He's like,
this.
nah, Clay, I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't feel comfortable with you putting that out, man. I know it was a great conversation, but please. And I respected that, gentleman. I was like, you know what?
Of course.
You know what?
We
Hey,
honor
bro, I
our
respect
word.
you. And if you don't want that to go out, bro, I'll keep it in the archives, man. So still to this day, it's still in the archive.
Well,
I never put it out. But months had went by, and I pulled a little snippet about like a 30-second thing on reel, and I slipped it in there just to see what Alicio would say. And he was like, I ain't really on social media like that at all, so I didn't see it. So I was like, cool. Bro, all of this time later, and here we are, bro. Lou's on with us 2 days ago sharing his story, bro.
Yes.
Can't nobody tell me, man, the power of the story, bro.
Yeah.
And what it means for once an individual gives himself to the Lord, bro, wholeheartedly, bro, there is no more fear, bro.
Boom, boom, and so.
There is no more fear for Louis. Louis like, bro, listen, like Robbie said, with the hourglass, I only have so much time left, man. And I have to do everything in my power to ensure that I'm living for the Lord, man. And shout out to Lou, bro. We love you,
Shout
dog.
out to Lou. We love you. We
Can
love
y'all
all
hear
our
me?
brothers. Yes, sir.
I can't.
You get me? Okay.
I can't hear Robbie though. I can't hear
let's-
Robbie.
Yeah, I needed to change my earbuds.
Yeah, I'll refresh and come back in too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Can you hear me
Rob.
now?
I could hear you before, but maybe me getting kicked out and coming back in.
Well, we've been kicking it for an hour and 20 minutes, man. So that's why we're
yeah.
cooking, man. And that's the key for anybody out there that's still with us. And if you watch this on the replay, we ain't just trying to get on here and sell merch or go.
Nah.
This is just brothers spending time with brothers. This is full circle. This is us not just getting on here, kissing each other's behinds and all this other stuff. What we're trying to do is show you that it's okay to be vulnerable as a man and still take care of business.
Yeah.
You're talking to men who've been through the fire, and most people, they get through it and then they go quiet. We're trying to give back because, like we said, we only got so much time left. So, we ain't got time to be fearful. We ain't got time to be scared. We have to get on the grind and get this message out so people can start getting to work. We're builders of people. We build and pour into people. We add value to people, not our pockets.
Bro, I'm a firm believer in that the odorless poison and what Louis' message is, it should be required reading.
Oh my God.
Yes,
man. That's how heavy.
Yeah, I'm taking to that note too, Clay. I saw what you're about to do, bro. Yeah, bro, because we're gonna make something happen.
That odor, man, that could be applied in so many aspects of not just military folks. Any human walking the earth and not recognizing the odorless poison and how dangerous that could be, man.
Oh, think about it.
I think that's what touched me so much, man.
It is because it's just there, but you don't even know it, bro. You look at yourself like you're functioning good, but your family's looking at you like you're broken, man. You ain't taking care of business. And that's what, Louis went through all that, man. If he would have got a copy of this right here, which I couldn't have it last night, man. I took it in 2005. Just went through, man. Just broke everything down, man. Went through the whole journal. I'm not trying to jump back on this, but Dr. Reed and his team, man, they have a phenomenal journal here that has prompts in there. It's broken down in the pillars, and it's using as a metaphoric as a construction site, man. When Lou was going through those battles, when any of us is going through battles, journaling really does help, man.
Absolutely,
it really truly does.
When I went through it, like we said, and I know we're going to get to Dr. Reed, man. When I went through, after when it dropped and I bought it, because that's the thing, man. We contribute to these projects, but it feels good to go buy it too.
Yeah, you don't get a free copy. You can. I'm gonna hook you up with a free copy if I wanted to, but as a brother, I'm buying it from you, man. I want to contribute and support you. That's why I bought one from Stu, even though I'm a co-author.
Bro,
my first book that I bought was from my brother, Professor Stu, sitting on this screen right here.
And not only did you buy that one from me, you bought this one from me too.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that construction site, man. Like Dr. Reed didn't tell he didn't tell Mo and I, man, like the depths of it. He just like he said, he was like, yo, I need y'all's chapter by Sunday. It was late Friday night, like a night like tonight, 8:44. I need it by Sunday morning.
Man,
it was like, all right, bet. He was like, if you can't do it, that's okay. But if you can get it to me by, bro, those are the moments when your back is against the wall. And he gave us the concept. He had showed me the cover of the book, and I was like, yo, I need to download whatever, but I'm thinking about Louis and the odorless poisonous. The odorless poison, man. It's like you said, Robbie, it's so important, man. And we're a little time over, but it's most necessary, bro, for all of us collectively. And we gotta, one more to cover. Bro, like, dog, when I bought the book and it came here to the house, I didn't run straight to my chapter. Let me see my chapter. I started just like every other book I read. I started in the beginning and I worked it all the way through. And while I was halfway through it, Robbie posted online the same book with all the highlights in it. Robbie was in the lab with it, and I was like, yo.
It's the kind of book that makes you write in the margins. It has space for you to journal in it, but it ain't enough because you got to reflect on these thoughts.
Bro, Robbie posted it, dog. Dr. Reed called me instantly. He said, man, did you see what your brother Robbie just posted? I said, you talking about the construction site? He was like, bro, Dr. Reed, he's on the phone like, yo, my dream is fulfilled. That one man went through that. And I know it's going to build him, Teal.
2025 was a rough year, man, and it got me. It helped contribute. It gave me tools. It gave me metaphors. It gave me hope, and it gave me a relationship with Dr. Reed. They didn't even know I was doing this. I just posted it real quick to show support, like we do. It ain't about trying to promote this and promote. You're my brother. I'm trying to support you.
Yeah,
but I'm not just supporting you. I'm supporting myself.
That's what I'm trying to say here, Robbie. With Stu just saying what he said, the odorless poisoning needs to extend well beyond military, well beyond veterans. It needs to be at Fortune 500. You know, the CEO of Chick-fil-A needs to understand this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And Louis is bringing it from the spirit, bro. Like this is a tool, bro. It's not just some old novel that you sit back, drink some coffee. This is one you'll put it down, bro, and be sitting here like, yo, man, wow.
Man, I had my wife in tears too.
Oh my God. And for me, it's like, yo, when I think of Louis, you can't help but to see God, bro. Like what God is, again, go ahead and say it, Stu, because I don't want to steal it from you.
Bro,
it was another stop. It was another stop in the basement. Louis Alicio, man, come on, bro.
We got to support our brothers, bro.
Come on, bro. Hey, man, dog, he's in the basement with a dang on freaking shotgun, bro. And just like Cutno, just like Anthony Cutno in the chat, bro. He was about to end it. And dog, I don't want to get emotional, but I've been crying so much the
I
last
know,
48
man.
hours. I've cried enough in the last 2 days to last me another year out of gratitude. And that gratitude's also with Louis Alicio, bro. That was my boss, bro. Louis was my senior, dog. I still call him boss to this day. And real talk, bro, I could not have imagined a phone call coming to me, bro, that Alicio's gone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Alicio's gone. So again, man, I'll say it to the end of time, bro. Robbie Lytle did not know what's happening. He didn't know what was happening, you all, with Louis Alicio. He didn't know. He just in his spirit, the same way my spirit would cut on. Robbie Lytle just called him out of nowhere. And he's already set up, ready to go, bro. His wife and them upstairs right above him, and he's ready to end it.
Yeah, Blaine called him, and I just texted him, "I love you," because I do love him.
That's it.
Yes, another man, no weirdness involved. I love you.
Yeah,
it's like I love them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have enough security to say that and to give that to him and really mean it, then that's it. You're right, Neil.
And dog, it's that odorless poison, bro. You can't. Basically, what I take from that is like when Louis retired, I was so happy. I was like, yo, he's done. He's good. He's home with his family. He raised his kids, his son, all of that. You know, back home in his home state of Ohio, all of that. Louis will send Christmas cards every year. He writes old school letters to me. Like, that's how we communicate, through letters and cards. And, you know, he's sending me things. I'm not Catholic, bro. I've been in a Catholic church one time in my life. My uncle was Catholic. And all the black folk that was sitting in there was like, wow, like we had never experienced anything like that. You know, they got the thing with the smoke. You know, they doing all of this over my uncle's body, and we was just like, wow, it was an eye opener for all of us. You know, because we had never experienced a funeral in Catholic mass or how it's stated. But Louis sending me all sorts of stuff, man, and I would just be like, bro, just like Robbie said, like Louis has never judged me based on me studying Ma'at. He ain't never judged me based on me going to Egypt. Today going rub my hands on hieroglyphics. You know what I mean? Oh, that's man, Robbie.
My yacht, babe. I hit it every day. I hit 42 every day, bro. My yacht. Yes. You can't mess with it.
And my point in saying that, man, is what makes Louis Alicio special, bro, is because you can see God in him. It ain't just what's coming out his mouth. It ain't, oh, it's just my religion, bro. It ain't just this. You see the God in him. You know what I mean?
His actions and his...
man, come on, man. I don't want any one individual to think that, oh, we're spending more time on one person than the other. It's not that. Each individual has that specific thing, and all is like a spider web all tied together, man. And Louis is that's a special being, bro. He really is.
The world would have lost if he would have been successful in what he was about to do. The world would have lost.
Yeah, because look what he's achieving now. That could have tipped me, bro. Louis, I say that 100, bro. Like 100. Louis Alicio, if you see this, bro. If that would have happened, bro, that could have tipped me to that point, bro.
Spiraling.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think our brothers understand that, man.
Yeah.
And for those,
not Louis, bro. Not Robbie. Not Professor Steve Maynard, bro. Not Jonathan Lomax. Not Dr. Jason B. Stowers. You know what I mean? Like, so imagine the cats that came up the ranks with George Shine. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, man, just like I say, bro, it's a real topic, man. And to know that God intervened. Robbie texted him, "I love you, bro." He starts scrambling, like, dang, dog, like, but what it was the great disruption. It was the great distraction. It distracted him, man. It put a stop on him. Like, yo, Robbie don't know that I love you is putting on a stop of this man's life, bro. He's ready to end
some love.
Ross Blaine called him, and Ross told me 2 days ago, After he watched the episode, Ross said, man, I trained Alicio hard, bro. We pushed him to dang near the brink.
Yeah,
Nixon came on. Shout out to Paul Nixon. Nixon came in. Nixon said it on the phone. Nixon was like, bro, Alicio got pushed hard, bro. His son was born during the time. He didn't get to go home. I was like, word? He's like, nah, not like how we would see it probably today.
And Christina wanted to leave him. I think they were having problems with it. Imagine your wife just had a baby and you're a new father and you're working a platoon.
Come on, bro.
And the people you work for don't have the awareness to realize the gravity of the moment.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Them hogs, dog.
Now, let's make it perfectly clear that wasn't that platoon that I showed y'all earlier with JV and him. That wasn't me. You know what I mean? Alicio also pushed himself to the depth because he took things so personal that he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He's the kind that would sneak back.
He was like that. He was like that as a senior. I was the heavy. I'm like, boss, go home. I got it.
Please go home.
Go home, boss. And it took time for him to have that trust to say, you know what? You're right, bro. I'm going home. You know what I'm saying?
He takes his duty serious, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Catholic Church is benefiting from his presence.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Now, that's a perfect transition into Big Mo. Having Louis Alicio and Big Mo back to back like that. Another transformative, like literally transformative situation with Big Mo being broken down and being put back together. And then deep into the episode,
man,
Big Mo gets in his bag, and we knew he was apprehensive about coming on with us because he didn't want to come off a certain type of way. And I hope we created the right kind of environment where Big Mo felt empowered to take his glasses off. And it was like the clincher. Right. When I teach my students about how to set up a speech, you got an attention gainer, then you got your introduction where you introduce the main points, and then you have a conclusion, and in the conclusion is the clincher. You want to leave the audience with a lasting thought. And when he did that same emotion that I felt talking to Alicio the night prior was exactly how I felt when he took them glasses off, and he told us the story, and we all talked about it building up to that moment, but seeing it, that's all I'm gonna say. Because
it's amazing, man. Mo has a triumphant story, and we were just talking about it with how do you bounce back from catastrophe when the chips are down. He had the ultimate, and we're talking physical with Mo, but that went mental. He went physically in a car wreck that diminished his ability. It destroyed his mobility, his ability to move, drink, go wipe his own behind, all that. So his ego's completely shattered because now people got to care for him. He's destroyed. He don't know what's going to happen next, but he kept his faith. He kept his faith. He kept his faith, and this ain't a thumping story, but this is what I'm trying to say. Mo, he knew that belief equaled achievement. He knew that if he believed enough that he can get up because the mind's going to make the body move. And he adapted that, and he poured into it. And that's the same way, metaphorically, we were just talking about journaling. Some people ain't broken physically or destroyed like Mo. You might not be so physically incapacitated that you can't move or sitting in a hospital bed for a year. So you might be broken here or broken here. So Mo couldn't move, so he had to physically get up every day. He said it took him took his breath away for a whole day just to take one step. So he had to get up physically and move. But if you're broken here or here, how do you get back up? You journal, man. Journaling helps you wrestle with your own thoughts. And I'm saying it from experience, man. This is my personal, and guess what? It leaves something for my kids to understand who their father was, man.
That's right. That's right.
So when you open up a journal, man, you ain't got to get a fancy one, but have a library of journals and your own thoughts and your own reflections. It ain't about getting published or making millions of dollars for the world to see or selling 1 million copies or nothing. This is just me wrestling with my thoughts so I can be the best man I can be. And Mo did that Both struggled to be the best man he could be, try to get back up after his body was destroyed. If your heart and mind's destroyed, one of the best ways to get back up is to reflect on your thoughts through journaling.
Yeah, that's knowledge itself, man. Like you won't be able to not see the knowledge of yourself, through journaling, bro. Like it's you know, we all have these specific things,
Man.
that is not only just physically taking a pen or a paper and writing, Sometimes, Robbie, it's this is also a form of journaling for me, bro. This right here is a form of journaling for me.
Yes.
That's
Hip-hop.
one. That's one. It's a form of journaling. The cool poem, one of my favorites.
Man.
Another one, bro. Another form of journaling. These are my journal entries.
Oh yeah. Dang, man.
Ooh, I got one. Hey, this is real special, bro. It's a classic album. Ooh, that's a classic right there, bro. I found that album in Japan.
The frequency of feeling like you're in control gives you the ability to take control. And when you journal, and you do things that make you feel good or feel like you're in control, your mind has no choice but to take control. And this is not edging God. There he is, the king, the king of the Kufi.
Yeah,
the king of the Kufi.
Speaking of journaling, let me give a shout out to Leon Starr.
Yeah, shout out to Leon.
Man. Hold on.
Leon, right
wasn't she just live?
I don't know, but I want to give her a shout out, and I can't wait to see her this Saturday.
I think she was live just now talking about finances with somebody, right?
Oh wow!
Does she does financial management?
She's the ultimate mom coach.
Yes.
Yes. She was just online doing something. I know she was, man, because I had to click off to get on here.
Yeah, she's so dope.
Man,
this is what her journals look like that she sent me that I've been using, and I gifted these journals to each one of my daughters as a Christmas gift to show her support.
That's dope.
Shout out
Malcolm X journal, man. If a man is honorable and wonderful as Malcolm, and I'm just using Malcolm X just for notoriety and people who knows who he is, not so he journaled, bro. So that's what made me say, man, I ain't worried about what these people think. I can write down my thoughts. I can commit them to paper. That's it.
That's right. Hey, man, we've been on for about an hour.
Yeah, man, my wife's gonna kill me.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up. We're gonna come back tomorrow, y'all. We got a powerful conversation lined up with our good brother AB Anthony Brown, out of San Diego, California.
It's gonna be awesome.
One of my best friends in the world. And speaking of religion, right? So we're gonna have back-to-back Louis Alicio, his relationship with the Catholic Church. We had Big Mom last night, his Christian ministry and the things that he's doing. Tomorrow, we're gonna talk to a brother who just recently converted back to Islam.
Yes, sir.
All in
the same place.
Yes.
All brothers who love and care and support one another, and we don't believe necessarily in the same things, right? And that's the beauty of these kind of relationships. I don't care if you're a non-believer. If you're my brother, I still love you as a human, period.
But you are going to give them some God when they're in your presence. But it doesn't diminish my care and love and respect and me the ability to show you dignity. Because you ain't got a big Jesus shirt on all day.
That's
you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with that. I am my brother's keeper, the least of these, the poor. You shun and you shy away and you push people away that you think are less than you. The church is a hospital for sinners, not a clubhouse for saints.
Robbie want to keep cooking, bro.
Yeah,
Robbie. Hey, listen, man. I'll say this, bro.
Let keep that, Robbie, and give it tomorrow when AB comes on, because when he tells you about his why he converted back to Islam, It's gonna make
I can't
so
wait
much
to get
sense.
with him.
It's gonna be a great conversation, bro, because at the end of the day, dog, it needs to be heard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you said, man, we go from Alicio, we go from Mo, AB. You know, the shirt that you had on last night when we were with Mo, that man was Islam. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We'll say we love him. Oh, he's the greatest of all time. Hey, that man gave his life to Islam as a very young man. So,
And he was an honorable man. He lived a
Honorable
righteous,
human.
upright
indeed,
human. Yeah, and he loved God. What else more do you want?
All right. And then Thursday night is gonna kind of close out this chapter of the episodes because
man.
we're all convening, or the large majority of us are convening in Virginia Beach this weekend for the Ultimate Beach Mastermind with Daniela and Emilio Roman.
Absolutely.
We are
Shout out to
going
Co-author
there.
Network.
Co-author Network, Emilio Roman. We are going there and showing the love and support and community that
Peace.
we
That's what
bring
it
to the
is.
table.
Man.
So
Peace,
the people
It's gonna be
that
good, man.
roll in the Co-author Network Ultimate Mastermind Circle, now they kind of know what it's like to move in the presence of Orcas and pods of people who genuinely love, care, and want everybody to win. And
yeah, we want you to
Right,
win,
no
baby.
doubt.
Absolutely. So
Man.
yeah, that's kind of the sequence of events over the next couple of days. AB tomorrow, Friday we'll probably be going live when we meet up at Virginia Beach.
Yeah, man.
Saturday we're doing the Ultimate Beach Mastermind with the Romans and the Co-author Network, and then Sunday we'll be transitioning back. But that's kind of the feed for the next couple of days, y'all.
I can't wait, man.
It's a family reunion, bro, for real.
It is, man. A family
real
reunion.
family reunion, dog.
Absolutely.
It really is, man.
All right, man. Fellas, love y'all, man. Y'all have a
love
good night.
Y'all, man. Peace.
Peace, Dr. Reed.
Dr. Reed.
We see you, bro.
Love you, man.